everyone. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And it's time for ABC Talk. Yes, we're going to be looking at three conversations over the next 3 days. And it's going to be great because we are going to be totally where we want to be by the end of it. In other words, we are not going to be lost, not in any way, not in any situation.
I know about getting lost.
Do you have a good sense of direction? Bad sense of direction. Are you the kind of person who could get lost in your own bathroom? That's pretty bad.
In my own neighborhood.
In your own, really?
For sure. Yes, wow. I can leave a restaurant, take out my Google Maps, and then turn around with it and wonder where my house is.
And you'll be in completely the wrong direction in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I'll totally go for 20 steps, and I'll be like, I think I'm going the wrong way, and then the other way.
Well, at least you know to use Google Maps, right? And that can be really, really useful. If you're in your own city, if you're in a place you kind of know, you just need a little bit of help. But things do get more complicated when you are traveling. If you're in a new country, a place you've never been before, maybe with a language you don't speak.
Oh, yeah,
And I know
tricky.
that when sometimes people go on holiday, right, the data, their Google.
Oh, yeah, it's so slow.
And it might not work
slow.
that well, and you might have to pay for it and all this stuff. So knowing how to ask for directions, especially when you're in a foreign country, in a foreign city, is a very useful skill to have.
It's the best.
And it's also really fun and a good feeling, I find, to help people here in your own city, right? If you see someone, if you can go over and say, hey, can I help you? Are you looking for a special play? If you can help that person and get them on their way, you kind of feel good. You feel a bit like a superhero or something like that. Anyways, so let's learn about asking for and giving directions in the first part of our ABC Talk unit, On the Street. Tess is asking a man on the sidewalk for directions.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get to the ABC Cafe. Do you know it?
Yes, I do. It's not far from here.
All right, so yes, we are on the street. We're outside in the city, kind of walking around. Probably the place you would need the most help, right? It can be really easy to get lost in a new city when you're walking around with all the buildings, all the streets. And of course, your legs get tired, so you don't want to just walk around. You want to find where you're going. And Tess is in that kind of situation. We see Tess is asking a man on the sidewalk for directions. So basically, she's stopped a person or she's near a person standing there and she's hoping to get some advice from this man on the sidewalk.
Yeah, so here we have the word sidewalk, and you'll see it's two words put together. We have the word side, which means not the center, it's over there, and then walk is the place where you walk. So you might expect, this is exactly what it is, that's where the people walk on the side of the street, not in the middle where all the cars are. And sometimes, people bike on the sidewalk, but then other people get kind of angry because the people are all supposed to be walking there, and it's the place that is safe for when you're on the street so that you don't get hit by a car, and where you can also stop and talk to somebody else to ask for directions.
That's right. People here in Taiwan might park their scooters on the sidewalk. You might see people selling things on the sidewalk. And of course, if you're waiting for a bus or trying to get a taxi, you'll also stand there on the sidewalk, because standing in the road or in the street is very, very dangerous. Anyway, so Tess sees this man there, and Tess needs some help.
Yes.
Right.
Tess says, excuse me, sir, just to be polite, I'm trying to get to the ABC Cafe. Oh,
ABC Cafe.
Do you know it?
Oh, I do. Oh, it's really good. You should try the carrot cake.
It's
fantastic.
Wow. You must be a local.
I go there all the time. That's not what the man says. That's just my opinion. The man, though, he does know this place, the ABC Cafe. So he says, yes, I do. Yes, he does know it. And then he goes on to give her some helpful advice or information. He says, it's not far from here. Okay, well, that's good news.
Very
it's not
good
far.
news.
It's a short distance.
Close.
She'll probably be able to walk there in just a few minutes. Notice there that Tess called the man Sir. This is a stranger. She doesn't know if his name's Bob or Ralph or Joe, so she calls him Sir. It's just as a polite way of addressing him. She might say Mr. or Buddy or Dude if she wants to be really cool and casual. Hey, dude, where's the ABC Cafe, dude? But anyway, yeah, if you don't know a person's name, instead of saying like, hey, you,
That's
hey,
rude.
guy, you know, sir is a very nice way. If it was reversed, the man would say, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah, hey, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Sorry,
Hello,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Excuse me,
Excuse
ma'am.
me.
Excuse me, sir. So that's just a polite way of addressing a man if you don't know this person very well or at all.
Yep, and Tess wants to know whether something is close or far. So we have two words in contrast. Close means I'm so close to you, it's right here. The cafe is right here, maybe it's very near to where I am. I don't have to walk for a very long time. But if something is very far, this adjective means I have to walk for quite a bit. For example, if it's a 10-minute or 15-minute walk, that could be quite far. Or if it's a 3-hour or 4-hour drive, then that's not very close. So here we're talking about a form of distance. We have two. Close is when it's near to you, and far is when it takes you a while, some time and some effort to get there.
Absolutely. So hopefully this man will be able to help Tess out, but we're going to find out all about that after our break.
Great. Can you tell me the fastest way there?
Sure. Walk down this street until you come to Douglas Road.
How many blocks is that?
It's about 2 blocks. After that, you need to turn right.
Turn right on Douglas. Okay, got it.
Then go straight for a bit and you'll see the sign for the cafe.
All right, so Tess is lost in the big city. Oh, so what am I going to do?
So
ABC
stressed.
Cafe, where are you?
I can't find you.
She really wants that carrot cake. It's so good at the ABC Cafe.
But the man knows where it is.
That's right. If she can't find the cafe, she can't have the cake. But luckily, the man, we don't know his name. He's a man of mystery.
Man.
But he knows. I wonder if he's wearing a mask. I hope so. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to find out where the cafe is because the man, yes, is going to give her directions. Now, just before the break, right, he said he knows the cafe and it's not far from here. And this is all good news
Very good
for
news.
Tess.
Yes, Tess says, great. Oh, someone knows where it is.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the fastest way there? I think she's in a hurry.
She wants that carrot cake.
She does.
Or maybe she's just late meeting someone or
Maybe.
something like that. Anyways, the man is very happy to help. He says, sure. That's like, yes, definitely, no
Okay.
problem. Walk down this street until you come to Douglas Road.
Okay.
And we can probably imagine he's pointing in one direction, right? Of course.
Yeah.
Because roads do go in 2 directions, especially if you're standing there on the side, on the sidewalk. You could go this way, you could go this way. So he's probably pointing or gesturing in one direction down the road. The road is not the sidewalk. As we learned earlier, the sidewalk is on the side of the street or the road. It's where people walk. The road is where the cars and trucks and buses and motorcycles do their fast business.
And you don't want to be in the road.
You definitely don't want to be, unless you're in a car,
Yeah.
in which case you don't want to be on the sidewalk. But yes, if you're a person on foot, if you're walking, the road is dangerous because that's the main area where cars and trucks and buses and everything moves around. We could also call it a street. Some people might tell you there's a difference in a street or a road or an avenue or a boulevard or that kind of thing. Maybe there is, but the main point is the road is where the cars and trucks and everything goes. The sidewalk is for the people.
Yep, and Douglas Road, you have the road that's the capital because Douglas Road, the capital R, it's the name of the road called Douglas Road.
Heping Road.
Yeah, Xingyi Road.
Okay.
Okay, so Tess says, how many blocks is that? Now, this is an uncommon way for people to talk in Taiwan because block is kind of an interesting description for a distance. Now, we don't really talk about it in blocks in Taiwan, but in places like America, for example, these houses kind of have this area that's kind of like a square. So every house is kind of like a square and a square. And so when the roads are pretty squarish, then you can call them a block. So one block is like from this street to the next street. That's one block, one block. But you know, in Taiwan, sometimes, especially in like New Taipei City, the roads go like this and the houses are big and small. And so you can't really calculate it, but basically it's just a distance, a block. So Tess says, how many blocks is that? Which means how far is it?
That's right. Now, most roads, of course, will be broken up. As you walk down the road, you'll meet big roads, you know, every 100, 200, 300 meters. We'll call those blocks usually. But you're right, in Taipei, with all the little lanes and alleyways, it does get a little confusing. And every city has its own system. But basically, a block would be one section of a long road where it gets sort of cut in half or cut into or broken up by another street crossing it in another direction. So 2 blocks, that would be what, a 5-minute walk or something like that in most big cities. As he said, it's not too far. So he says it's about 2 blocks. So just cross 2 big streets as you go down this street and you should be there. After that, he says you need to turn right. Okay, so at the second street she meets after walking 1, then 2 blocks at that street, she will have to turn right. That's right for me, but right for you. Okay, so basically change your direction and go 90 degrees to one side.
So Tess says, she wants to check to see if she has the information right. So she says, turn right on Douglas. Okay, got it. So here she doesn't say Douglas Road, she just says Douglas. That's a shorter way of saying what you already know. And she's just checking to see that she has the right directions, which she does.
Yeah, repeating it so it's easier for her to remember. But that's not all. Again, the man continues. He says, then go straight for a bit. So go direction that you're pointing in after you turn right. Continue in that direction. Go straight for a bit, and you'll see the sign for the cafe.
Oh, it's right there.
I guess so. It's probably not another block or 2, because he doesn't say go straight for another block or 2 blocks. He says for a bit, so that's probably just a few seconds. And then she'll see the ABC cafe sign, and she'll smell the carrot cake from the cafe, no doubt. So that, I think, is very helpful. I think Tess is on her way. She didn't need Google Maps. She had a short little nice conversation with a local person.
What a nice man.
I think he was very helpful to her, and she'll be at the cafe in moments. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're going to have more about giving and asking for directions. We're going to keep you on the straight and narrow tomorrow and the day after with more from our ABC Talk unit. Until then, don't get lost.
Bye.
Tess is asking a man on the sidewalk for directions.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get to the ABC cafe. Do you know it?
Yes, I do. It's not far from here.
Great. Can you tell me the fastest way there?
Sure. Walk down this street until you come to Douglas Road.
How many blocks is that?
It's about 2 blocks. After that, you need to turn right.
Turn right on Douglas. Okay, got it.
Then go straight for a bit and you'll see the sign for the cafe.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的重点单字。第一个 sidewalk 名词，人行道。I slipped and fell on the sidewalk yesterday. 昨天我在人行道上滑倒，摔了一跤。下一个单字 Sir 名词，先生。Would you like to see the menu, sir? 先生，你要看看菜单吗？下一个单字 road 名词，路，道路。Mel bought a house on a country road. Mel 买了一间位于乡村道路上的房子。下一个单字 block 名词，街区。The movie theater is just 2 blocks away. 电影院离这里只有2个街区。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 excuse me 不好意思，打扰一下，这是吸引别人注意的礼貌说法。我们来看看下面这个例句。
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, where is the restroom?
下一个文法 until 加主词动词，直到怎么样 ？until 在这里是一个连接词，直到它的后面必须要接完整的句子。我们来看看下面这个句子 ：Gina was up until her husband came home last night. Gina 昨晚一直醒着，等到她的丈夫回家。Up 在这里是形容词，表示醒着的、未睡觉的。最后一个文法 got it。知道了，明白了。Get 在这里表示理解、明白。我们来看看这个对话。Do you know what to do now? 你现在知道该怎么做了吗 ？Yeah, I got it. 是的，我了解了。以上就是这课的重点单词跟文法，要记得回去复习哦。我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen.
And I'm Jamie.
Today we're going to play Word Drop, where each of us has 3 words or phrases on these cards that we have not looked at yet, and we're going to work it into our conversation as casually as possible, which Jamie has a lot of difficulty doing sometimes. So let's let Jamie start.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Let's go.
Really?
Okay. So, when the weather is nice outside, I like to go for walks. I like to walk around and look at a lot of people and dogs, if they have dogs, and just even the traffic, right? Just looking at everything all around me, because I think sometimes it's good to like put down our phones, right, and just like observe the world around us and see how things are. The only problem is walking here in Taiwan, sometimes it's a little difficult because sometimes there are no sidewalks you can walk on. There is a lack of a sidewalk.
That is true. That is one of the things I've noticed here. And also the sidewalks are not evenly paved. So sometimes like you'll like trip on things randomly. But I do still like to walk around everywhere because I like to people watch. Sometimes I really just go outside just to look at people and watch people from afar. So I like to like walk around the same area. You could say I probably walk around the same block, like just the 4 corners, over and over, the whole day. Same block.
The whole day, okay.
The whole day.
That's, yeah, I mean, if you live in a great, interesting neighborhood, that's good. My neighborhood's a little boring, so maybe I wouldn't do that. But I do like to walk, like, in different areas. I would walk in the park, but there's a lot of bugs in the park, so I actually usually like to walk on the road.
You should be careful though. Like don't get hit by somebody. Yeah. So the other day I was like walking, you know, on the pavement, on the road, and then I noticed this person from afar and it looked like he was like on the ground. I think he probably fainted from dehydration or something. So I went up to him and I was like, excuse me, sir, are you okay, sir?
Well, I'm glad you actually said something. You know, some people would just walk on by and not say anything, right?
Right.
So I think it's good to at least try and help people. I have said the same thing, but in a different situation where there's a lot of people in front of me and I'm trying to get by and I say, excuse me, like trying to get by the crowd. So yeah.
I think you actually, that was me. I think you actually said that to me.
I said that to you?
Yeah, because I remember there was like a girl behind me that was like, excuse me, like a really shrill voice. And I was like, oh my gosh, I get it. I got it. I'm gonna get out of your way.
Why didn't you move?
I did.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it wasn't you.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I was like, got it. Okay, I'm gonna move for you. Gosh,
So
pushy.
See you next time.